Patron, take them away.
Okay guys, been a busy old morning this morning, but we're going to have a quick look at cable. Let me flick this over. It's actually just breaking structure now and coming in. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing some orders into this. I'm going to stage this all the way backwards on itself because I think it's a good opportunity that we have. So let me just do that because I'm a bit late to the party at the moment, and I'll show you for why in just a second. Let me just set this up. Let's get ready to rock. Get this order in because, like I say, I am late, but it's not a bad thing. Okay. Right. Okay. So the order's in, and it's a testing order because I'm actually getting it in a bit early. I wanted to get in on this level, to be honest. Right, let me just show you something. Now, I've been megally busy today, and I'm only doing a quick trade on cable because it's ready, but I'm keeping an eye on New Zealand JPY. Now, I did this for the guys, so it's a little salute to Steve who asked for it. I did a full breakdown on that. And further up in here, we're also discussing the river. Now, I'm going to answer that in a second. And just, Smirky, just while you're looking at this, the 21 is good for more signals. However, it's choppy. I find the 50 is better, but I'll go more into that in Discord when we're there. And I've also been doing the strength. Now, each morning, I put in a basket. Now, my go-to markets are cable, DAX FTSE, Euro, dollar, and then whatever the market pick is, which is up here, hence New Zealand JPY. That order's just triggered, so we'll go back to that in a second. The pound is middle ground, and so is the US, so this is going to be a bit of a tussle today. However, the pound is losing ground, and the dollar not so much, so kind of a tipping the balance, shall we say. Now let's flick that over, which has put us into this trade coming in. Now this is roughly where I wanted to enter, so I've got in at a nice price. I like to tip my toe in the water rather than go 100% to market. Now what we're going to be doing with this is it's about 20 pips ish to there. So we'll just set that up. There's like 100 quid. Now I'm going to monitor this. If I get 50 quid out of it, I'm fine. And if we just look at this, it's the only trade running. There's no tickets. And this is running on from yesterday. So you'll have seen that. So it's been a royal old day. I was working all of last night, as you can see here. So 11:15, right the way through to 11:30. So it's been a busy time of things for me. So what we're going to do, how are we going to trade this? Why are we trading this? Well, let's have a look. Drop this out to the hourly. What we can see is the big gap here, which it came down, it's filled, it's pushed away through, and then it's failed to go any higher and start to collapse. Well, if it's going to collapse, it's going to come back to where it came from. Well, that's here. So if it's flushing that out, which it looks like it might do, the first point of call it's going to flush is that. All right. So that's why we're targeting kind of in the middle. Devil's advocate, if you like. But if we move this back over, what does this start representing? Well, it starts representing this drive here. Okay, so let me crunch this up a little bit just so that we can kind of see it, and then I can show you what it's going to be driving for. So we've seen the fill of this, push up, rejection. From here, it seems to be dragging down, down, bump, down it's come. Okay, so we can see the move from here, put a fib on, pull that up to the top point, which is up there, and then lo and behold, what have we got round these swing points? Our magical 50, which is here. So we're going to draw that in. This is the line that we look for. It's been down, tested it. It's been back up to the 38. I'll mark that 38 in for you as well, which is there. And what you can see is it's pushed, it's rejected this level, which is tying in with the 23. There, to the pip, rejection, back down. It's come back down through to the 38, which it's broken through, hence giving me my entry. And then its next point of call is the 50, but we have this barrier in the middle, giving it a target. So what we're going to do, see if we can get a few pennies out of it over the course of the next hour, and then just take it from there. Now, from that, I'll then be looking at this market, just simply because the guys asked me to do it. So I'm just going to pay close attention. It's not ready at all yet, so I'm just going to leave it in the wings and see how we get on. So let's play this out, and I'll catch you at the end. Okay guys, hope you're well. That's that trade stopped out. So let's have a little look, see what it's been up to. Well, there it is there. Got the bulk of the money out at around 50 quid mark, which I was happy about, because a lot of the time you just go for 10 pips and see what happens. Well, we got a little bit extra by letting it run somewhat. Now, my day is nearly over. I do have a monetary cut-off of around, once I'm over 200 quid, I'm not really that bothered. Unless, of course, the guys start goading me into things, which you'll often hear on here. You'll hear the little bub-up. That's the guys with requests. Now, I wasn't going to be aggressive with this market today. I could have easily kind of held it out to here. And as you can see, my levels are perfect yet again. I trust these. But I'm also very wary of quick reversals like this. You know, where it comes down, okay, you've been paid, slams all the way back up, takes the money off you, and then comes to level. That's kind of why I scale, and certainly on a market like this one today. And why is that? Well, because we're retracing against this, which is against the bigger field. And then we've got this side as well. There's a lot of different moving parts working against each other at the same time. But the premise for the trading arena that it was working in here was sound. And it was sound enough to give me at least 10 pips. So that was the goal. You know, 50 quid off a fiver. If it retraced back on itself, picked up a second order, that would have been even better. But that's kind of the way I work. I'm not in this chasing money. And we have this conversation regular. And that's genuinely where I think traders fail. They don't know where their pain thresholds are. They overtrade, and then they chase the money by boosting up the position size, and it just never ends well. If you want to stay in this game for a long time, one, talk to somebody who actually knows what they're doing, rather than scooting around YouTube and looking for the latest sort of buzzword. There isn't any buzzwords, guys. You know, smart money, sort of all these different concepts that you hear thrown around. I could name quite a few, but there's no point, because they're here today and gone tomorrow. There is one constant in the market, just one, and it's never changed from year dot, and it's support and resistance lines. That's it, because the price will naturally gravitate to them. The difference is knowing which ones is which. If you're using support and resistance on a 15-minute chart, it means absolutely nothing, not a bean, because there's not enough data behind it to make that level valid. You look at a daily level, that's a different story. There's a lot of data that creates that level. It means it's meaningful to the chart. And if it's meaningful, that means it's repeatable. That's why Fibonacci works very well, because what it does is it creates meaningful levels in a random situation, because ratios follow suit constantly. It's why they work all the time. Anyway, so that was cable. I've been really busy today. I'd be interested in your thoughts about the way that I do the videos. I do kick off from time to time. I do have a vicious sense of humour, certainly when Winky's here, because I love to take the mickey out of her. Drop in what you think. I mean, if you want to see how we trade properly, do drop into our Discord and the community, and you'll see it fully. And those guys are booming along now. They're doing really well. We have our wobbles, of course we do. I have wobbles, you know, but at least I hold my hand up and say I've done it. You know, that's the thing. Why am I consistent? Well, I choose my battles very carefully. I don't trade just for the sake of it. And this is only something experience can give you. If you've got the experience, you'll start understanding the pitfalls. If you understand the pitfalls, you can correct them. But if you don't know what's wrong, how on earth can you fix it? So we had a big debate this morning on journaling. And I'm very big on journaling. I think you should journal all the time. And why? It can show you sort of where you're doing well, but also shows you where you fail. And yes, nobody wants to talk about failure. But like I've just said, if you don't know what's wrong, how can you fix it? It's the yin and the yang. You need them both. You genuinely need them both. And it depends on your personality trait. For me, I need my battle scars. I need to know where they came from. And then I ain't going to repeat that mistake. That's just the way I am. Anyway, very easy found. Drop down in the description. You find all my contact details. I respond to every single one of them personally. Do comment on the video. Even if you think it's bad, tell me it's bad. Because I can't fix it unless I know. If it's good, brilliant. And if it's inspired you, let's have a little chat and I'll respond to it. Happy days. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love. Then the money will follow. See you all on the next one.